What's up, Devils? J-Dog back to answer some more of your goddamn questions. And questions we're knocking out on today's video is on the video I did 3 weeks ago, music that gives me a headache. Hit the 1K views, god damn it. 133 comments. Layla Lover 90, very first fucking comment. Question mark. What are the oldest and youngest devils in the metal you have met? Fuck. Well, I can tell you right now, the oldest devil I know of in the scene, but I have not personally met him. I think Craig did. Almost positive Craig did. Dawn of the Dead definitely did. It's this guy called Walter, and I believe he's in Germany. Walter Hahn, I believe his name. Hahn. Calls himself Walter the Old. Fuck. I mean, this was years that Don. This was back when Craig was in Nunslaughter. The way they saw him is, the original Nunslaughter Guts of Christ shirt, not the one that's available now, the full color with Don naked. There was a black and what. There was one that was just like Don's face with an inverted cross in the front. In the back, it was Don's naked ass, but in black and white. And Don would call it the Don Dickback shirt. Kanye might have actually made that title up. Dickback. And they see from a distance a guy with all white here. They're in Germany. Oh man, is that because they get a kick out of when they see those in person? That guy got a dick back on? Because you're kind of like, always thought that was hilarious that anyone would even buy that someone's wearing it, especially a grown man. And as they get closer and closer, it's this old ass fucking dude. I want to say they said he was like 70 years old then, or maybe he was like late 60s. Because I know for a fact he's well in his 70s now. Because he emails us from time to time. He speaks very, very little English. What he's literally what he says in email. But I know of him. Calls himself Walter the Old. He's definitely in his 70s. He may even be fucking 80 at this point. But I never met him personally. But Craig, 95% sure has. But Jim and Don definitely have. Walter the Old. But that I've met personally and who's legitimately in the metal, not this, I listen to fucking Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden only bullshit. Like actually listens to goddamn Immolation and shit like that. Like actual extreme music. Not just classic rock or classic heavy metal bands. All right, in that case, I'll put my dad in that category. Legitimately in the metal, oldest guy. Fuck, I don't know. A lot of guys are popping up to me in their 50s and shit, but that I met. Do I know anyone that's 60 that legitimately listens to metal? I know they're out there, so somebody might be watching. Hey, me. Okay, well, I mean, I either forgot about you or I haven't met you. So somebody I met. I know there's fucking somebody. You know what? I'll put him in there, even though he's kind of. People are indifferent to him. I'll say just leave it at that. Joe Offrick. I don't think you fit the bill. That guy. I'm gonna have to say probably him because he's definitely up there in age, and I have met him. Youngest devil that's in the metal. I'm sure there's somebody younger, but in recent times, I would have to go with Goatman on the channel. He says he's 18. 18 to me is young as a motherfucker. But I'm sure I've met. I'm trying to think. Have I yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've seen them at shows. I know I've seen them because I've seen people where they're younger, where they're like 15 or 16. But did I actually ever meet somebody 15, 16 in the metal, like a show? It would have to be at a show. Where the fuck else am I going to meet them? Yeah, I can't think of anybody else. Goatman would probably be the youngest. There probably is somebody that's younger, but I mean, how much younger you could be that I'm going to meet other than 18? 13 is the youngest, maybe? Cover the corpse. Great video, dog. The been a while statement is hilarious. I catch myself doing it now. You and me too both, brah. Because when I did it, it was I said his annoying fucking song, and then it got used on Hellcast, and then everybody started using it, and I use it myself too. Wasn't meant to be used like that at all. So, but yeah, got to the point where that's slowly. It's been a while. Have you checked out Morbific, Ominous Seep of Putridity album yet? If so, what are your thoughts? I can picture the cover. I mean, am I mistaken that the Mortiferarium on Profound Lore? I listened to that recently and I was bored. Morbific. I'm almost positive I listened to it. I can picture it, had it at the shop. and I want to say I was bored as well. I want to say that, or I'm mixing up with somebody, but I'm almost positive. I put it on. I'm like, it's more death metal. Love this kind of style. Love this kind of sound. Where are the songs at, Rob Ross? That's what I remember. I could be wrong. Don't hold it against me. Could be wrong, but that's my recollection of what's telling me. You mentioned you guys were going to check out Deicide soon in the area. Are you still planning on getting a video of Glenn? Love to, as long as he doesn't fucking shoot me down, or that I can't. Like, for example, like I wanted to get a video with Macabre when I met them and had him sign my LP at a Tommy's Fest, but it's just flat out, dude, it was a fucking complete clusterfuck. Like, Dennis was over at a table eating a pizza, and he was kind of like hounding the guys. He walked up to him, had him sign it, type of thing, and they're hounding down. And I'm kind of like, can we just go in the back? But he's kind of like, well, I don't know if we're allowed back there. What do you mean not allowed back there? You're playing the back. I didn't want to argue with the guy, you know what I mean? And there was people everywhere. And some guys, they just don't like stuff. Like, I remember when I was talking to Dick from Spider, and we were outside just shooting the shit, and Lindsay's like, hey, do you mind if I start recording you guys talking today? He's like, yeah, no, not right now. Like, some guys just get uncomfortable, like, for whatever reason. Maybe they get camera shy, or they just don't want to be on camera, or whatever the reason is. They get a little weird about it. I'm sure Glenn could be somewhat used to it, right? Surely I'm not the first person that has to get a video. But I think that as long as you get the Woody's heads up, I think I'll be good in that sense. But I highly doubt he's going to Cleveland. Like, yeah, I'm waiting to meet Justin. Highly fucking doubt that'll be the case. With that being said, I still have a feeling that I'm gonna have to fucking hound his ass down. When I do, if Woody gave him the heads up, he might be cool about that. Oh, yeah, Woody told me about it. But hounding him down at the Odeon with the fucking douchey ass fucking crew that works there, or at least I'm assuming. I've only been there a couple of times in my life. It looks kind of it's in the flats of Cleveland, so when I think of flats, I think of just Canoe fucking city. Maybe it won't be douchey crew, but I'm expecting douchey crew. I plan for the worst, hope for the best, right? I might just get this, just hey, you're not allowed back there, son, type of shit. It's just like dude, just shut the fuck up. I just want to get a fucking a video, and a goddamn an LP sign. It's kind of like I don't ever like this, like, who I am type of shit, because I'm a fucking nobody. There's not that, but what the who I am comes in play is like, if I go on a show since I was 13, I've kind of put in my time, my dues, my I pay for shows, everything. It's kind of like, if I want to meet Glenn Benton, I should be able to meet fucking Glenn Benton. I mean, I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in shows, records, CDs, stuff like that. And he got some fucking Canoe working security. He's never even fucking heard fucking suffocation human waste. It's kind of like, piss off, man. I'm going back there and I'm getting something fucking signed. Not looking there to fucking blow coke with them, hang out, yak his ear off, or do anything fucking stupid. Quick signature, maybe a 5-minute video, and you know what I mean? Maybe a fucking fist bump photo. That's it. So I'm hoping, answer your question, hoping to. And the thing is, that's not like a blow off answer. Like, I'm literally hoping to. Like, I'm gonna walk out of there kind of bum, fucking Eeyore style, open out, fucking slopey ass fucking ears. Granted, these big ass things can't be fucking slopey, right? Dumbo as fuck. But the point is, I'll be kind of like, yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna lose sleep that night, but a little bit bummed out, right? So definitely hoping to. Oscar G, speaking of black metal, has anyone heard of Fermenting Innards from Germany? Their 95 Mist album is a Black Death masterpiece. It's pretty fucking funny. No, I have not, but they're a black metal band called Fermenting Innards. Fermenting Innards is a Carcass song from Wicked Putrefaction. Fan-fucking-tastic, too, I may add. So it's kind of funny to have that name. Because if I saw Fermenting Innards, I'm like, oh, wow, this is a Carcass worship band. You know what I mean? Kind of like when I saw the band Horrified. And before I fucking first heard it, I was like, oh, this is probably some repulsion worship we put on. Literally nothing like repulsion whatsoever. Not saying that was their intent. I see Horrified. I'm just like, oh, probably repulsion worship. Same thing. Goad Tanter. Shout out to you, Rob. I've definitely never seen you. Incantation and Mortician Rule. I agree. I own both Upon the Throne of Apocalypse and Mortal Throne of Nazarene. Which is actually better? Question mark. I prefer the song Order of Mortal Throne of Nazarene. I agree. To answer your question, I know this is going. Which version do you like more? Upon the Throne of Apocalypse or Mortal Throne? Mortal Throne for me for a few reasons. Number one, I heard it first. Number two, same thing as you, track order's better. Number three, the only song on Mortal Throne I don't like is the last track. I'm almost positive the last track, right? The really long one. It's 12 minutes dragged out and boring as fuck. So that being the first track on the album, it's automatically I'm hitting skip, as opposed to when you get that to the end, I can just shut it off. It's not like it's terrible. I'm just like, this is just dragged out, pointless, and boring. The rest of the album, complete fucking masterpiece. Under the Ibex Moon, love that fucking song. Fan-fucking-tastic. But Mortal Throne. Huge fan of that record. I like Onward to Go with the Molar, but big fan. Andy Zuleta, Pretty Black Metal. That's a new one, I guess. I love that shit, especially Old Demu Borger. I heard the split of Old Man's Child and Demu. First Cradle of Filth album I heard as a kid was Midian. Sounds like you're a little bit younger than me, or maybe I'm close to my age. I used to love those Gothic girls. Haha. Yeah, there's some good looking ones in there. Also, Emperor Anthem's era is better than the debut. Riffs are always stuck in my head, and it's Euro's last contribution in BM before his end. Yeah, I mean, I just call it the Pretty Black Metal because that's kind of like, well, number one, a lot of the Cavalt guys, they call it, they rip on it or whatever. And number two, I mean, I get where they're coming from compared to like the really, really raw shit and also like the blasting black metal. Like it's just kind of like, well, it's enough, whether it's busting their balls term or not. But I got to be honest with you, man. You got to know, love the Pretty Black Metal. I might like some of that more. Like, for example, some of the Satyricon albums and shit. I don't. Their first couple, they're classic and shit like that. But I can't say I really like them that much. They're okay. I mean, but I kind of like some of the mid-tier albums fucking more. I'll be honest with you, my favorite Satyricon album is probably now Diabolical, like the song King. I think that song's fucking great. That'd be in the prettier black metal style. You know what I mean? Like I said, yeah, Old Man's Child and all that. I mean, what's kind of funny though? Well, that is like I could be wrong, and that whole pretty black metal thing. Maybe that could just be my skewed perception based off guys like Don and Jim at the time, and mainly them, but a few others. Maybe kind of like the Nuclear Now Threadboard when that was like in the early 2000s, when it seemed like if you didn't listen to, if Blasphemy wasn't your fucking favorite band, then you were a poser black metal guy. Oh, also kind of like fucking Dave over a Manichord Void Meditation. He liked more of the raw fucking, the Archgoat, the Barretts, the Blasphemy, that type of stuff, which is cool. You know what I mean? That was his stuff. So maybe he had that kind of influence too, where you're kind of like, oh, you like Dave Newberg, which he was really never judgmental like that, as opposed to like Don and Jim. They weren't judgmental. They just bust your balls. You know what I mean? Which is all good. Busting my balls. I don't give a shit. Maybe that's why I have that opinion, and it's not even true. Because what I was going to say is, it's funny because a band like Goat Moon, who I like a lot, I think they're pretty black metal. Like when I'm listening to them and stuff, I'm like, why do they get this pass? Like they're this Cavalt fucking raw. Like they almost kind of like they're in the crowd of they're accepted by the Blasphemy, the Beharit, the Archgoat guys, right? They accept them in that crew, but those same guys talk shit about Dame Borger, Old Man's Child, Satyricon. I'm not saying they do. Again, that could be my skewed perspective based off the shit from the people I mentioned earlier, hearing it at a very, very young age. When I was saying I like those albums at like 15 and shit like that, and they're kind of like giving you the look, oh man, that's the gay shit. Maybe that just polluted my mind, and that's not the general consensus out there. There's probably 3, 4, 5 guys that I met that said it in my early age, so it polluted my brain. And I thought that that's the general consensus. But so that was stuck in my mind. But when I see everybody buying Goat Moon and stuff, and it seemed like it's from the same dudes that are buying like Blasphemy, Archgoat, I'm like, whoa. Dude, a lot of these Goat Moon stuff, a lot of this shit, there's parts I can specifically break out. I was like, this literally 100% sounds like Old Man's Child. What the fuck are you ripping on them for? I was like, if you like Goat Man, you should at least think at least the first 2, 3 Old Man's Childs are at least decent. Not, this is total pretty black metal poser junk only for wimps. Take off your fucking pink panties. It's almost, again, I'm not saying they're thinking that or saying that. That was the vibe I got, but I could be completely wrong. And I think that I might have been wrong because, like I say, as I seen the Goat Moon, I was like, they gotta like this other stuff then. Like, how the fuck can they not? I was like, this is literally, if you like Goat Moon, this Demu Borger and Old Man's Child, this shit's right up your fucking alley. Like, it doesn't make like it literally fucking is. That was another reason when I first heard Goat Moon and stuff, I liked it. It reminded me of Old Man's Child. That was the first band that popped in my mind when I heard Goat Moon. I was like, oh, it sounds like early Old Man's Child. This is fucking great. That Racist card, when I heard that 5 years later, I'm like, oh, They are? Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Shit's fucking great. Just like when Marduk, it was Craig that told me on that Hellcast. Look up an old Hellcast. He brought up Marduk, racist. He literally brought up the conversation 30 minutes before we recorded that episode. I never fucking heard it because he was talking about Antifa picketing one of their shows. I'm like, and we're talking, so I was like, all right, well, let's just say it for the episode, man. I was like, that way we have fresh shit to talk about. I was like, I don't want it to be scripted. So most of it was raw, but I had somewhat of an idea what he was talking about because he was telling me what Antifa was. I didn't even know what Antifa was. But when he mentions about Marduk, I'm like, what? I was like, they're racist? I was like, I mean, number one, I guess, I mean, I don't care what grown men are, so I don't really care. I just like the music. But I was like, I don't know, man. I've been listening to Marduk since I was 14. Saw him in show at age 16 years old. Got my picture with him. Showed photos on the fucking channel. Watch my other shit, goddammit. Just show my fucking Marduk photos with Legion, B-War, and Frederick. Then they opened up for Deicide, 2001, goddammit. In case you fucking doubt it. I got all my shit signed from that time, too. Still have it. Love that shit. Anyways, I just consider them a fucking anti-Christian, satanic black metal band, extreme satanic black metal band. So when I heard that, I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Marduk's racist? I was like, I mean, if they are, I don't really care. Whatever, that's their own problem. I was like, but that never even crossed my mind. So when I heard about Goat Moon being racist, it was about 2 years or so after that. I literally just been, that's just more of the silly, stupid shit like Marduk. That's why I blew it off. And then when you do see some kind of lyrics, like, oh, well, at least they somewhat have a point on this one because some of these the lyrics in English, we said, well, this is kind of like, I could see why someone would think that. I mean, it does kind of come off as a little racist. But I also said, what I said, I was like, but you got to question, are these just artists singing about scary topics? You have to question that because, again, fucking, you can literally, at point blank value, if you know nothing about metal, man, and you read the lyrics to Angel of Death by Slayer, couldn't an outsider think they're racist? And understandably so, why would they think that? They could, I'd be like, oh, I'm not too shocked why they think that. But when you have brain cells and you're in the fucking scene and you know the music, like, you know what I mean? You can figure this out. But it's some fucking dummy that has never even fucking heard Dio Holy Diver, and then you hear Slayer thinks it's the most appalling fucking thing ever. Then yeah, I guess I kind of fucking get it. But for me, for the Goat Moon, I was kind of like, I already like, you know what I mean? But so that's why the pretty black metal thing is like, don't be saying you listen to Goat Moon and then you fucking ripping on goddamn Satyricon, Old Man's Child, Cradle of Filth. I mean, even Cradle of Filth. I mean, you fucking ripping on them. They're early on. Yeah, they did gay it up. I'm not gonna lie. I those 2000s and shit. They were. It was getting pretty fucking. It was getting pretty up there. I'm not saying, but the early on shit's fucking great. Don't be giving that crap. Imperial Nocturnal. Hey, J Devil. As always, thanks for answering my question. How's your back, Big Devil? I hope you're fully recovered, buddy. Guy checking out my cheers, brah, brah. I don't know. It's definitely better than it was a year ago. Good days, bad days. It seems like the crack in my pars of the MRI that might be slightly healed, but I just get tightness, and I just think it's just general deterioration in my low back. I mean, I definitely have arthritis throughout my spine. Showing the MRI, it was definitely mild, but all my discs and shit were. They're actually, the doctor's like, man, you actually have a ton of space in them. They actually look pretty goddamn good, especially for 15 years of lifting. It's just there are definitely, but it's not all the time. I'd say it's 80% of the time. If I'm standing for long periods of time, and when I say standing, long periods, 10 minutes or more, my back definitely starts to hurt. And when I say standing, I don't like, for example, I could walk on a treadmill or jog on a treadmill, do cardio on a treadmill, goddammit, between the fast paced walk on an incline, jog, because I break it up, especially. But I could do an hour straight. My back doesn't bother me at all. But if I'm standing in one place for like, 10 minutes, it definitely hurts. I'll want to sit down to do whatever I'm doing. I'm like, actually, that's at shows, for example, when we just went to Tommy's Death Fest. I stood all through the Macabre and shit, but there was times I'm like, fuck, I'm ready to sit down. Actually, I might have even sat down for a song or two Macabre. I definitely did for a couple of bands. I'm like, fuck, my back's killing me. Just standing there. So it has that. But like sitting here right now, it doesn't hurt. Laying down, it doesn't hurt. And I still, some of the exercises that I know may irritate it, like bent over barbell rows, free bar squats, things like that. I'm not going to attempt to fucking do. Even though it doesn't hurt at the moment, I don't want to make it worse either. You know what I mean? So I'll only do shit that it's in a protected state. Well, thanks for checking up on me there, brah. Cardiac arrest. If you were to make a compilation of only Cleveland area bands. Who would you put on it? Ooh, that's a fucking damn good one. Wish I had a 20 minutes mark. Let me try to knock this out. This is definitely the last goddamn question. Decrepit. You don't know Decrepit? Go fucking check them out. Creation of Sin and Acrimonium. Fucking phenomenal. From the Depths. Especially Bereavement and Elysium. Definitely those two. Balmer. Especially around There Was Blood Everywhere. Nunslaughter, if you count them as Cleveland, but they're initially from Pittsburgh. But if you count them in Cleveland, put them in there. Regurgitation. Tales of Necrophilia era for sure. Manicore. First demo. Ritual Cleansing of the Whore. Have to put that on there. And I'm putting just kind of bands, Ohio, Cleveland. We're from Akron, and I'm not getting all fucking techno. I don't know where every motherfucker lives for exact thing. You know what I mean? The exact city they live in. Fuck, who am I forgetting? That was a huge fucking fan of. Because Cleveland, yeah, over the years, we had some really good fucking bands. Fuck, who would be one that I'm forgetting that I absolutely love? I know I'm leaving somebody else that I put over this, but I'll put this in there because nobody ever talks about them, and most devils probably don't know them. I like their demo disc. Their two demos of disc and their first full length. That's all I know, and I know they did stuff later on, and I probably wouldn't like it. But from Akron as well, is the band Ton, Ton, 2,000 pounds. Their Blind Follower disc, their demo disc is Blind Follower and um, the two demos I won. But that disc is fucking great. That's my favorite stuff for sure. And their full length album Plague, that was put out by United Guttural Records. I think the demo disc, I don't think United Guttural did that. I think that might have been shit, that might have even been Pathos that did it. Might have been self-released or Pathos, I want to say. But United Guttural did a Plague that came out probably 2000, 2001. I put them in that. The reason I put them in there is I definitely do like those discs to this day. No one talks about them. Little educational purposes for the Devils to go check them out. And they're unique. It would fit like a comp, unique and different. All the bands would be totally different. If you got Decrepit, From the Depths, Nunslaughter, Regurgitation, Embalmer, and Ton, it wouldn't be like, am I in the same band? It'd be drastically different. Ton was just kind of like, they were like death metal, grindcore, and hardcore all in one. And they just had that really fucking catchy, slappy bass, and some parts you kind of maybe do a little bit of this, just like that fucking Second Grave. And yes, there's parts, especially I can't wait to get to that video. There was a few fucking pink panties rammed right up their fucking booty hole. They didn't like that at all. A couple parts, not so much on the Second Grave on that, but definitely you put on that "And Here I Die Satisfied," which I do fucking like to clarify. But there was 100% some of this going on. Don't even give me that. You are fucking deaf if you're deer in headlights stick in the mouth. Don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Completely fucking deaf. You cannot tell me there is not some fucking slappy going on that. And Ton has a few of those parts. Honestly, not as bad as the fucking, not to the extent of Here I Die Satisfied, but they have a few of those parts we kind of do this. They have a couple parts like that. But I like them. I thought they were really catchy. I don't like and they're just unique. They kind of have their own. You see, like as a blend. They had the dual vocals. Kind of some like three ways. They had like lows, mid lows, and high screams. So it was kind of cool. Two singers. Actually, I think all three guys, even the drummer, might have done vocals. But there's just a unique blend of extreme music put together. And yeah, first full length, those demos were fucking great. They were from Akron, so I put it on that Cleveland comp. Saw them several times back in the early days. It's funny, that was the first show I didn't get kicked out in the Eric and Chase. We went up to Akron to go see them. And I was at a 21 and over bar, and they were asked to leave by the bartender or something. We got there early, like, hey, IDs. And I was like 16, and Eric might have been only like 8. Eric would have been the oldest. Chase might have been 17, and Eric 18. Like, oh, fuck, we drove up here for nothing. And the guys, in the band, because they seen us at shows, 3 brothers, 3 kids, that they remembered us from seeing us at other ton shows. Oh man, sorry about that, guys. Like, that's all. I didn't know, like, because of course he's probably 30 years old or something at the time. Like, he's not paying attention. Just like myself, there's a 21 and over. I have no idea. Is there even 21 and over clubs? I probably go to them all the time. I just don't realize they don't fucking pay attention. So yeah, we're asked to leave, so did get to see them that night. But saw them several times. They played here all the time in Cleveland. But yeah, good band for you devils to check them out. I like them, but any of the Cavalt black metal guys, you're definitely not gonna like them, so don't waste your fucking time. But if you like good catchy fucking shit that doesn't sound just like goddamn another 200 stab wounds, put them on the fucking player. Might be your new favorite goddamn band. Anywho, that's it. Put the goddamn comments and everything you got in their comments box, and I'll get them answered bright and early in the morning. Devils, see you later.